Hello, so today I have a review of Before I Fall by Lauren Oliver, and I actually just gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. Surprising to me because I didn't like the ending. This book is about a girl named Sam, and she is a popular girl, and it seems like she's on top of the world almost. She doesn't care what other people think of her, and she just doesn't let anything affect her. She just kind of like lives her life and feels like she's superior to everything. But she dies, and she has to relive the day of her death for 7 days, and each day she actually learns more about herself and her closest friends and even strangers who she never really talked to before. So it's like an eye-opening experience, and she kind of gets back to her roots before she became popular, and she starts to see people for who they really are and not just the superficial mask they kind of put over themselves or the mask that the social groups put on them. She just sees that her prejudices that she's had against certain people actually prove to be false most of the time, and people aren't always as they appear or as she makes them to be. I like how Sam grew each day. Like, she would make mistakes and then she would learn from her mistakes and effect a change the next day, all in the hopes of redeeming herself at the end so that she wouldn't have to die. One thing that was unexpected I found in this book was that there was a love interest actually between her and this incredibly sweet and genuine guy named Kent, and he was actually Sam's best friend, or one of her best friends, when she was growing up pre-popularity, and he kind of always carried a torch for Sam, believing that she would somehow go back to how she was and see past all the popularity and the superficiality of everything. And in the final day, Sam kind of really does see that, and she kind of like realizes Kent isn't this super geek nerd that I've always just said, oh, he's not popular, he's not a jock, so he's Kent, he's just this weird guy. And she kind of realizes that it was stupid for her to have always thought that. Although there is a love interest, I am a little bit upset that there was one, only because I really liked Kent, and I don't think that it was fair to Kent that the girl he's been pining after for years would finally realize that they're great together and they have chemistry and a great connection, and then she just disappears. I would recommend it really to someone who's read 13 Reasons Why and enjoyed it, because it had that same kind of feel for me, and that's probably why I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. But that's really all that I have to say, and thanks for watching. Happy reading.